Playing the best action hack and slash game is part of your satisfying combat game that we can totally enjoy. But not every action game has a hardcore gameplay. Some of them are playable, slower combat with very good visual graphic. The best genre that we can find on action hack and slash is on MMORPG or RPG games type. Please help this video reach 100 likes, please. Top 10 best action hack and slash games for Android and iOS in MMORPG and RPG genre. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Fluffy Planet Saga. Fluffy Planet Saga. This MMORPG is very cute and has a fun design. Look at how innocent his and her face is. Pretty adorable actually. This new MMORPG allows the player to pick male or female characters. The character's customization is limited. It has 4 weapon selections which are Sword Shield, Staff, Spear and Staff Shield. After we pick the weapon, we will directly get 3 main skills, and most of the skill has an area of damage. I really love that we can get a cute small pet that will help us in attacking the enemy even if he doesn't have a huge damage, but at least it's pretty helpful. This best MMORPG has a fun music background while we are in the village. We can easily find the monster on the battlefield and they are not pretty aggressive coming at us, so we must take an initiative to hit them first. This is the best new MMORPG if you love to play a chibi character design, even the NPC seems cute. Project Mugen. Project Mugen. This best new RPG is made by one of the most powerful game developer, which is NetEase company. I think all players know how this developer works behind the scenes. Hopefully it will not become not pay to win RPG. The game genre is an anime style open world RPG. Project Mugen will be playable on cross-platform, which are mobile, PC and PS5. Just imagine how the game will become because it has a PS5 standard and the mobile game should be ready on your high-end phones for sure. The character designs pretty look like Tower of Fantasy at all. It has some special movement we can do to explore the world. We are faster reaching the new spot like hooking by the string and running through the wall. It has so much attention to detail. The ragdoll physics when we touch the enemy is pretty impressed me. The game has fully Japanese voiceover. The gameplay of the Mugen project is an action RPG. We can switch the character in combat and unleash their ultimate skill with a flashy skill and it's super eye-catching. The game ambience is pretty modern, the city is pretty alive and full of NPC just walking around. Best action RPG game hack and slash for many platforms. Stella Fantasy. Stella Fantasy. This game is an MMO action RPG game, so we will team up with 4 different characters. Even at the beginning, we can pick one player from 2 selections, but all of the characters are female. Honestly, I don't really agree with this because most of the player will love to play between male and female characters. The gameplay is quite unique though. We can see the player only when we are at the village. Then we must go through to the portal to enter the combat. The combat battle is an action hack and slash game. We can switch the character without any limit. The ultimate skill of each character will show solid cutscenes. When you attack the enemy or are attacked by the enemy, then the gauge bar will recharge. Unleash the Stella strike then when you reach 100% gauge limit. Anyway, you can do grinding by clicking the auto combat. Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero, one of the RPGs, will become the most played of the year when this game is released for sure. It was made by the same developer of Genshin and HSR. The environment is pretty much attractive with so much cool NPC. Even each of the NPC has a different style and pretty much difference between the other one. Look at how funky the street ambience is and looks so refreshed for mobile game experience. We also can do many sub-quests like playing the minigame to obtain a reward. I will rate 10 to 10 for the environment with aesthetic visual. Okay, let's talk about the gameplay of Zenless Zone Zero. It's an action RPG hack and slash game. We can make a team up between 3 players and switch them up as you want it. All of the action combat visual seems not too flashy and not shiny like the color effect of the other game. When we face the boss battle, most of them have a huge appearance. The boss designs looks quite intimidating actually. Remember to use your headset to listen to an aggressive bit of BGM. Overall, the gameplay of Zenless Zone Zero is pretty satisfying action RPG game for Android and iOS. The Chrono Beta. The Chrono Beta, this game is on optimization. No wonder you will find some lag in a certain spot area. Even the game size is only 1.2GB, which is quite a low size for a MMORPG. This game has a big potential if they add more heroes, and not only 2 hero selections we can pick, which are Wind Warrior for a close range combat with wind elements on his sword, and the other one is Flame Wizard with a long range combat that is supported by Element's power. This online MMORPG allows the player to play auto-tracking to the next mission. The camera cannot be rotated at all, only from a top-down view perspective. The gameplay combat is, it's up to you to play manually or just automatically. We don't need to think of the stamina or energy on our characters, because every skill needs a cooldown time only. Overall, developer needs a lot of work, especially the rendering graphics should be done faster. The best MMORPG for Android and iOS with chibi design. Fairy Tail Fighting. Fairy Tail Fighting. This is an anime movie adapted into a mobile game, and honestly they have successfully made it into an action RPG game, because every skill is pretty matching with the anime at all. The story is similar to the same boss battle as the anime, which is, it will give such a perfect nostalgic vibe by playing this game since the beginning of the story. The gameplay of Fairy Tail Fighting is, we will make a team and be able to switch, but after we switch, then we should wait for a few seconds to do another switch. All of the skill will be unlocked when the character clears a certain stage. When you face the boss stages, he will have a barrier, the barrier only able to be destroyed by a specific skill, and it will deal way better damage. Best action RPG game for iOS and Android. THRUD Broken Heaven. THRUD Broken Heaven. This game is pretty much better and cool. I really love the way the experience game we have got. So different but really addictive to see how the gameplay is. The combat mechanism of THRUD Broken Heaven is, we can fly through the sky and do combat in air. All of the weapons and skill are long range, so we can aim to the target and focus on avoiding the enemy forces. Even the enemy has a different shooting form, but we can easily avoid it because the enemy's fire speed is pretty low, so we can easily anticipate it. In the game, we can make 4 characters in one team, and we can switch the character while unleashing her skill with a nice cinematic visual. Try to collect more heroes through gacha and win the game. Best game action RPG for Android iOS. Danmachi. Danmachi, one of the best romantic anime games on mobile. This game is not only about the combat, but it also have a side story which is about a young ordinary man who's fallen in love with a princess of sword. So he needs to become way stronger to get her attention and acknowledge his presence. Such a cute story, isn't it? Danmachi has an action RPG game, the hero only able to switch to the other characters when another player is ready for her special skill. Seriously, the combat effects are pretty simple, it doesn't have any flashy skill color. Each of the character can be placed with some assistance skill. The one thing I noticed is, when I do a gacha, I was surprised because I suddenly got 3 SSR characters. That number will never be I see on another gacha game. Such the best. No pay to win, the ARPG game. METRIA. METRIA. This is a new hack and slash game on mobile. This game is made by the most no pay to win game developer, which is Asobimo. All of Asobimo game is not pay to win and long lasts for a long time. For example is Toram Online. It seems this game is the next sequel of Toram Online. The first information about this game was made for a single action RPG, but then after doing a several beta testing, then this game become MMO action RPG, which is now we can see the other players in a beautiful landscape area. The gameplay of METRIA is, we will freely pick 3 of our main heroes and can be switched as much as we want it. The game really has a fast action combat. I'm pretty sure the first impression you play is, you will easily love the Greenland area, so refreshing with clear water on the lake. We can even go fishing there. The best MMO action RPG game for Android iOS. Kingdom the Blood. Kingdom the Blood Finally, ASEAN make a HD action RPG game with samurai-based game, but I'm surprised the enemy is a zombie. But honestly, I prefer to have another samurai or ninja as the enemy, not the zombie one, so we could make a sword combat between the enemy. But hopefully the developer will make a great combat battle when we face with the boss monster. The blood effect when we do a slashing to the enemy is pretty on point, but not only the sword combat we can do, we are also able to use a kick and make a great combination combo by different buttons. Overall, the set movement is really satisfying me on playing sword based game action RPG on mobile.